Welcome to Dateline Polk with news about your county's government. I'm your host, Derek Riviere. Today you will learn about County Commission actions from the January 23rd board meeting. About $1 million in business incentive funds were approved as part of Polk County's Qualified Target Industry Program for an unnamed company looking to locate and expand its business under the codename Project Rotag. The manufacturing company is eyeing a site in Southeast Polk for a 256,000 square foot manufacturing facility with a capital investment of about $227 million. The company's expansion would bring in about 250 new jobs with an average salary of about $60,000.
And we're here today to support a project, and it's Project Rotag, which is an advanced manufacturing organization that is looking at setting up and establishing a facility here in Polk County. And the project represents 250 new jobs to the community at roughly $68,000 in average wage, which represents about $17 million new dollars in wages to Polk County.
The board approved a consultant contract with Burgess and Nyepel Incorporated to replace a two-lane bridge on Walk-In Water Road. The project is expected to cost about $145,000 for the design, location, span, and width of the new bridge.
Today we brought before the board a consultant services agreement with Burgess and Nyepel to do the preliminary design of a bridge replacement out on Walk-In Water Road, which is east of Lake Wales. This is to do the analysis to determine the length of the bridge, the width of the bridge, and all the requirements needed. So then we can move forward with the final design and then ultimately replace the bridge and provide a safer commute for people using that roadway.
Consultant services contracts also were approved with Tetra Tech Incorporated for the Southeast Region Utility Service Area Master Plan, and with Hydro Solutions Consultant LLC for the East Region Utility Service Area Master Plan. The companies in each of the respective master plans will review existing conditions, regulatory considerations, and future needs, potable water and wastewater system planning, and to identify needed projects and upgrades. Tetra Tech will be paid $117,416, and Hydro Solutions will be paid $183,389 for the work. The board approved a piggyback agreement with BCM Set LLC for telephone systems maintenance and equipment. The agreement, which costs $500,000, will end in January 2019. In other news, the board convened as the Eloise Community Redevelopment Agency and approved the CRA's minutes from the April 18, 2017 meeting. Also acting as the Eloise CRA, the board approved to install a gateway feature at the corner of Snively Avenue and Croton Road. The signage is expected to cost about $15,000. In the county attorney's portion of the meeting, the board set hearing dates of February 6th and April 17th to consider the transmittal of a large-scale comprehensive plan, amendment, and associated ordinance for a Highland Meadows development project. J.C. Martin, representing business, was reappointed to the Board of Adjustment for a 3-year term that ends in January 2021. Ryan Luman, representing real estate, was appointed as a member of the Board of Adjustment for the remainder of a term that ends in December. In public hearings, during the afternoon session, the board held several public hearings on a variety of items. Those items up for consideration included: the board held the first hearing but took no action on an ordinance to amend the development code to allow for car wash, full service, and self-service as a C2 review within the US 98 selected area plan. This would take place within the Employment Center and Future Land Use District. The request also amends text to allow a change of the impervious surface ratio within the Employment Center and Future Land Use District. A small-scale comprehensive plan amendment to change the future land use designation on about 2.5 acres from development regional impact to commercial enclave was adopted by the board on Tuesday. The land, which is within the Imperial Lakes development in Mulberry, had originally been used by the golf course, but a new owner wants to use the property as a storage yard for recreational vehicles and boats. An expansion of a marble and granite distribution business will move forward after another small-scale comprehensive plan amendment was adopted Tuesday to change future land use designation on about 0.79 acres from residential low to linear commercial corridor along Memorial Boulevard in Lakeland. Following an approval Tuesday, the Lake Buffum boat ramp will be moved south to replace the current ramp that is failing because of the shallow shoreline and fluctuating lake levels. The board approved a small-scale comprehensive plan amendment to change the future land use designation on about 6 acres from agricultural residential rural to recreation and open space. A large-scale comprehensive plan amendment was approved by the board that changes the future land use designation on 90 acres from agricultural residential rural in the rural development area to residential medium in the utility enclave area near Nowcrest in East Polk County. A large-scale comprehensive plan amendment to change the future land use designation on 12.7 acres from residential low and neighborhood activity center in the urban growth area to residential high in the transit supportive development area was approved by the board Tuesday. The land is in the Inwood area near Winter Haven. The board, in a related case, also approved a large-scale comprehensive plan amendment to amend the 2030 Comprehensive Plan Map Series Transit Corridors and Centers overlay to include State Road 544 from US 92 in Auburndale to State Road 17 in Winter Haven. The expansion of Bone Valley ATV Park moved another step forward Tuesday after the board adopted a large-scale comprehensive plan amendment for the 335 acres from phosphate mining to leisure recreation on the Brewster Selected Area Plan in the rural development area. The board approved the plan development application, which was heard after the initial approval by the Planning Commission was appealed. The approval came following agreements between the developer and a neighboring landowner revised the application to add fence as a buffer, a restriction that limits 9 home sites to 1 story and the relocation of the development's entrance. The board approved a large-scale comprehensive plan amendment to change the future land use designation on about 13 acres from residential suburban in the suburban development area and convenience center in the urban growth area to neighborhood activity center in the urban growth area and amend the comprehensive plan to reference this measure to within the development standards listed in Appendix E in the Land Development Code. In a related item, the board also approved a Land Development Code text amendment to add additional development criteria in Appendix E related to the property. Well, that wraps up this edition of Dateline Polk. To keep current with programs and progress in the county, visit us online at polk-county.net or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We encourage you to join us at the next scheduled board meeting at 9 a.m. Tuesday, February 6th. I'm Derek Revere. Thank you for watching.